Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Madrimov was robbed. That's what the party people are saying. Let me tell you this, right? I watched the fight. I was live. I went live for it. And Madrimov did not, he didn't get robbed, people. But now I'm hearing this shit about, you got to take it from the champion. And because he's the champion, any round that was close, he should have gotten the nod. I don't see it that way. And I'm not biased. Remember, y'all, if you follow the channel, you know this ain't no Terence Crawford channel. I talk about boxing. If you're doing something good, I'll tell you. I'll say it. If you're doing something that I think is just, not so great, I'll say it too. I don't give a shit about fighters. You know what I'm saying? I just talk boxing. But Crawford, I don't think Crawford no one did him any favors. Look, the bottom line is, right, when you take a look at, I'm going to show you what happens now. When you take a look at the first round, right, and you see the total punches landed versus thrown, right? Crawford threw 25, okay? Madrimov only threw 13. Now, we already know when a boxer gets out-thrown, it doesn't look good for the fighter. Most recently, with O'Shaquie Foster and Conceição, you had Foster who got out-thrown every round, but he was landing more cleaner shots, right? But the bottom line, he was getting out-thrown. And I keep saying, when it comes to these fighters, you can't allow an opponent to out-throw you, especially significantly out-throw you, because it does give the perception, right, that you're losing the rounds. Because if one guy's letting his hands go and you're not, well then that's going to for me, make me feel like, okay, this person's not fighting. If I see the other guy letting his hands go, I'm more than likely going to give him the round. All right? So when you take a look at the first round, Crawford threw 25, Madrimov threw 13. The second round, Crawford threw 28, Madrimov threw 13. The third round, Crawford threw 32, Madrimov threw 17. Right there, I'm giving Crawford the first 3 rounds. Okay? He is damn near doubling Madrimov's punch output. Now you get into the 4th round. Again, damn near doubling. Crawford throws 43, Madrimov 23. The 5th round, Crawford throws 34, Madrimov 21. The 6th round, Crawford throws 37, Madrimov throws 23. The 7th round, Crawford throws 41, Madrimov throws 20. The 7th round, the 8th round, Crawford throws 37, Madrimov throws 36. Madrimov had a good round. The 9th round, Crawford throws 27, Madrimov 23. Another good round for Madrimov. The 10th round, 37 for Crawford, 22 for Madrimov. The 11th, 39 for Crawford, 22 for Madrimov. The 12th, 53 for Crawford, 41 for Madrimov. So when you just look at this, and I remember scoring the fight, I had it 9-3 for Crawford. Maybe 8-4. But if you just look at this alone, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round, that's 3 rounds for Crawford. The 4th round is Crawford. The 5th round would be Crawford. 6th round would be Crawford. 7th round, Crawford. 8th, 9th, Madrimov. The 10th round, I think I had for maybe Madrimov. Then the 11th and 12th, Crawford. So that comes out to about 9-3, just looking at these numbers. And just trying to give the benefit of the doubt to Madrimov for some of these. Now, of course, that's just looking at the punch stats. But it doesn't matter because one significant shot can land that round to the guy who lands the punch. The judge can give him the round. But when you just look at these numbers, kind of hard to argue. Now, when you talk about jabs, if you look at the first round, Crawford threw 18. They say he only landed 1. But let's just look at landing. Crawford landed 1 jab. Madrimov landed 2. Second round, Crawford landed 4. Madrimov 2. Third round, Crawford landed 4. Madrimov landed 4. The 4th round, Crawford 3. Madrimov 2. Fifth round, 5-2. Sixth round, 2-1. 3-0, 4-2, 3-1, 3-0, 4-0, 4-3. So Crawford murdered him with jabs. Just from what he landed, I didn't even tell you what he threw. You can look at that and see what was thrown. When you're looking at Crawford throwing 18 jabs, Madrimov 8. 18, 21, 23 to Madrimov, who's not even breaking 10. All right? Again, you get outthrown. You can't sit here and be pissed off when the judges don't give you the round just because, well, I'm the champion. It doesn't work that way. Now we come on down here and we look at the power punches. Crawford, the first round, look. They both landed 1. Second one, Crawford 3. Madrimov had 1. Then Crawford 2. Madrimov 1. 5-5. 2. 7 for Madrimov. 7 for Crawford. 5 for Madrimov. 8 for Crawford. 4 for Madrimov. 7 for Crawford. 10 for Madrimov. 1 for Crawford. 6 for Madrimov. 5-8. 6-6. 8-8. So again, very, very close as far as the power punches landed. But when you look at what's thrown, right, and Crawford still outlanded him, but it was close. 7-5, 7-7, 9-7, 22-15, 8-15, 22-19, 24-13, 24-25, 14-13, 16-19, 22-18, 35-28. Crawford still threw more. And that's why you look at the final punch stat. You see total punches, 433 by Crawford. 25 were to the body that landed, and then 95. Okay, 95 punches that weren't jabs. Total landed for Madrimov. He threw 275. It was 14 to the body, 84 power shots. I mean, that's a big difference in punches thrown and punches landed. It's kind of close, but still, Crawford he landed more and he threw more punches. That's why he wanted to fight people. When you look at the jabs, as far as what landed to the body, they're trying to say, 3 Crawford jabs landed to Madrimov's body, 5 of Madrimov's landed. That's out of 40 for Crawford, 19 for Madrimov. 223 total jabs and 91 for Madrimov. And then power punches, 210 for Crawford, 184 for Madrimov thrown, 55 landed for Crawford, 65 for Madrimov. 22 of those power punches were to the body for Crawford, 9 for Madrimov. So bottom line is, when you just take a look at it, total punches, man, 95 shots and 25 were to the body. Crawford outlanded him. He outlanded him. And I'm going to be honest with you. Who got hurt? You say Crawford got hurt. Maybe he did, but he didn't really show it. But I know that right eye was bothering him because he was covering that eye up. That's why Madrimov was able to pick up 2 rounds. You know, I mean, like, clearly pick up 2 rounds. Because Crawford was protecting that eye because he knew that shit was close. But you saw Crawford in that fight, he made a decision. I'm going to fight him. And when he fought him, he hurt him. He hurt Madrimov. Y'all can say what you want. He hurt him. So there was no robbery. That shit wasn't even a draw, in my opinion. You know, I never tell nobody you wrong. Everybody, they have their own criteria they use for judging. But I'm telling you, Madrimov, especially them last few rounds, he looked in bad shape. When Crawford decided to step on the gas, he stepped on the gas. And Madrimov was still touching him here and there, but Madrimov looked like he wanted to way up. He was the one grabbing on Crawford. And what I concluded after watching that fight is that Madrimov is strong as hell. Crawford's strong as hell. Madrimov is a slick boxer. Crawford's a slick boxer. Madrimov's in outstanding shape. Crawford's in outstanding shape. Madrimov can hurt you. Crawford can't hurt you. And that the number one thing, these guys have outstanding, brilliant boxing minds and just a beyond comprehension skill set. Both of them. So ain't nobody, I heard, there's only one idiot I heard saying, yeah, how good is Crawford? He went the distance with a guy with only 11 fights, 10, 11 fights. He's overrated. I don't even pay attention to those people. I don't even pay attention. This is why those fighters who stay as an amateur as long as they do to get 300, 400 fights. That's why when they come and turn pro, within the first couple of fights, they're fighting for championships. They're fighting guys with, 30 plus fights because they're already professionals, man. You can't have 300, 200, 300, 400 fights and come into boxing and be fighting guys 0-6 and 2 wins and 3 losses. That's a joke. You already ready to get in and clip these champions. You've seen it all. You've been there, done that already as an amateur. You're a professional. And so forget the fact that Madrimov, with his 11 fights or whatever it is, Madrimov was a professional before he turned pro. Simple. But he wasn't robbed. But do I think he deserves a rematch? Yeah, that shit should be a rematch. But that was high speed chess. That's a fast paced chess playing right there. I'm telling you, watching that shit, you watching it and see them trying to outthink each other. That shit was amazing. Amazing for me to watch. You could just see them trying to outthink, and neither one getting tired. I mean, that's just, you got to give, if you don't want to give Terence Crawford credit, I don't know what it is, you just don't like him. I'm not talking about Madrimov because not many people know him, they know him now, but for Crawford, now you're seeing what's made this man great. Now you see him. But for some people, they're still going to complain, but I'm telling you, that shit last night, I'm telling y'all people, man, it takes a special athlete to do what both of those guys did. I'm telling you, man. You can see them thinking, resetting, angles, timing, patience. I mean, IQ, man. IQ. That's the way I could describe that fight. That was an IQ battle. Intelligence. That shit was amazing. But at the end of the day, Madrimov deserves a rematch. But he didn't win. Eddie Hearn can say what they want. Crawford detractors can say what they want. Crawford won that fight. Absolutely a brilliant fight by both of them. Rematch would be great. And to be honest with you, they have a rematch. I don't know if Crawford wins. That's just how good of a fight that shit was. And he knows Madrimov is strong. You heard Crawford? He couldn't say nothing. They asked him about Spence. He's like, Spence is strong, but he said Madrimov's strong. Crawford not going to come out and kiss nobody's ass. But what I took from that, Crawford's like, fuck a rematch. That's how I took it. Crawford like, I ain't rematch. If I don't have to, no. That's how I took that. That's like Rolly Romero fighting old man Barroso. He like, hell no. I got the victory, on to the next. I am not getting back in there with that monster. Y'all keep cool, I'm in the break.